Okay, let me make sure I'm online. Okay, hello, I'm Alex from AP Inc. So I have about an hour to hang up, to work on this, but I want to see if I can progress this paneled piece I've been working on. If I can actually get the panel separated. So today I wanted to see if I could um, progress the water. Is it? I'm thinking I'm to the point where that's all that's left to work on. Okay, so try and get this so you guys can see the whole thing. This is 9 small pieces of watercolor paper. 4 of these would have equaled 1 sheet, and I just cut the paper down. So this would be the bottom 3 pieces. So I want to try to work on developing the water more. Okay, I'm thinking just to kind of call them complete a bit more, I'm gonna start with these 4 and then work up to these 3. We'll see how far I'm actually able to get. And to look at it, I didn't notice, I'm not sure if I noticed it before, but this piece of the pieces of the tree and this are not the same, so I think I'm gonna have to potentially work on that first. I do want to move on to the water, but to try and get these looking the same. Okay, so I am just gonna get into this. So I'm thinking either, I was gonna say either the yellow or the golden brown, but I'm thinking the golden brown is standing out here, so I'll try to warm this section up. That might be better. But I think to kind of suggest a bit more of sunlight coming through, to purposely try to highlight where there's like a break in the leaves there. And just while I'm working on the tree, to make sure the entire tree looks cohesive. Just bringing in some of the copper beech to try to imply more roundness, for lack of a better word, so that the tree doesn't look so flat whenever I add water to this. This is watercolor colored pencil. But to give a bit more shadow for where the tree is further away from the source of light, without having it blend in with the shadows I tried to build up here. And then I think just to try to help push the shadow, I'm gonna pull in imperial purple. Not through the entire shadow, but just where it kind of tucks in behind this bit of the foot of the trunk, for lack of knowing the proper term. Blue probably would have worked too. Hello. Let me sharpen this really quick. I'm not sure why there's such a lag in the playback. Excuse me. Okay. So obviously I've already started some of the details in the water. I don't have a white in this collection. So to try and depict kind of white caps is going to be hard unless I go in and erase. Excuse me, I might, maybe after I add water, maybe I could try to bring in some like white acrylic paint or something. Okay, so I've got spectrum blue, Persian blue, and imperial purple that I'm going to use for building up the water. I'm just trying to, if I do like small kind of white caps along the beach, I've already got a light uh, coating of blue. Maybe I can just build up around where the small waves could be. I don't know if it's really going to come off right, but I guess we'll see. I'm just making sure I'm still online. Just so I'm sure on what I'm doing here, I'm gonna try to look up a reference really quick. Hello. So I was trying to find like top-down views of white cap waves. Most of these look like they're from the beach. Okay, so there's a reference. I'm not sure if I'm really going to be able to make what I'm trying to do here look like that, but I'm going to try. But from what I've seen of other like clips of uh white cap waves, it almost acts like a ribbon or a curtain where they're not necessarily small. They can go for several feet. And I wanted to try to depict that here. If it doesn't look right, I'll probably, I don't know, maybe just fill the whole thing in. But that right under where the white cap is would be shadowed. And then towards the base, I think, would be shadowed. But like from start to end, it kind of like trails off on either side. I think. I might have to touch up the beach a bit more to darken the edge where the water would kind of like lap onto it. This is Prussian blue, which is a little bit darker than the spectrum blue. Almost create kind of an outline. I might have to pull black into this. Let me see if I can tint this a little bit darker. Just with the purple before I bring black in. I want to actually make it look like there's a bit of a shadow just here where you're actually able to see. I want to go in and adjust the beech too. So just with black, try and shadow the beech. Try and soften the edge between the white cap and the darker tone of the wave. I'm not... Maybe I should have the wave almost follow the line of the beech. Or I could stack the waves. Maybe have another one about right here. I'm just looking at it for a minute to decide if I want to do that. Yeah, I think I'll kind of have another one about here. I don't know, is that too... That might be too much. I didn't think about looking up references before. Okay, this doesn't really help, but you can see in the distance how long, maybe you can see how long one of these white cap waves can be. So maybe this wouldn't be too drastic. Okay, so to try and redo what I did on the first one. Hopefully this actually looks like a wave. Yeah, I'm trying to create white cap waves. Um, if you've never been to like a beach or a lake, white cap waves. They're just what they sound like. They're waves with white caps. My internet is really struggling today. Things are falling around me. The internet is not working. Excuse me. So I think maybe between the white cap waves to build up um hills and valleys, I guess. White cap waves would be higher, and then just maybe the space, the water between would be maybe darker. It's been quite a while since I've been to the beach, so I don't know if how accurate that is, but that's what I'm doing. So just light layers of the purple. That's black. I don't want the water to actually look purple. I just want to help shade it. So, excuse me, to kind of layer the spectrum blue and the Prussian blue with the imperial purple. So just like the first one, the first wave, try and create a shadow directly underneath the white cap. See, at least for me, this is where the rabbit hole would come in. Like, how far away from land would whitecap waves still occur? So from the purple to the darker blue to try and create a bit of an outline. Just to help the white cap stand out. And I'm thinking maybe to actually bring more of the purple in um, as the water gets further away to help really accentuate the shadow. I should probably just tape these together just so I can stop fussing with them. But this paper is good for ripping. So I think I used deep vermilion for to indicate where the horizon is. So I'm thinking maybe I should probably focus on finishing this white cap, but ADHD says I should work here. So deep vermilion, and I think maybe the purple. Let me make sure I'm still online, because I'm thinking I'm not. So apparently at some point I did get kicked off. That's awesome. At least the playback caught up, so that's good, I guess. So, okay. You can clearly see that the horizon line is not flat. That wasn't necessarily intentional, but I think I'm going to leave it as is because if you, at least for what I've seen, horizon lines aren't necessarily flat. They can, um, curve, change in elevation depending on where you are on the planet. So I'm going to use purple to really accentuate that horizon line. Pulling in the rest of the horizon line. Just so that the sky and the water will further separate. So maybe the red doesn't make any sense. But red and blue equal will mix to purple, and I use purple as the separation line between the water and the water. What did I just say? I use purple to separate the sky from the water. Okay. Back to the water. Okay, so trying to, excuse me, darken the space more between these two white caps. I want to do this without pulling black in. So to accentuate the um does a wave have anatomy? What are the different parts of a wave called? The backside, I guess. Try and feather the separation between the white or the blues and the lighter blue for the white cap. I'm gonna have to look that up as to how far out white caps um occur. Okay, so I think to maybe soften the front edge of the white cap. I really hope those look like white cap waves. See, in so much of this, I don't know how much I'm overbuilding the colors. because I'm doing all this dry and then I'm going to come back in with water, and wet looks different than dry after you add water to it. So I'm thinking maybe to build off this wave somehow. I shouldn't have curved it so much, but I'm going to try to kind of continue the white cap wave here. Which, the references I did see and did not grab. It's not like a straight line. There are hills and valleys, I think, in a white cap wave. So maybe this could still work for trying to continue this white cap. See, I think I could add a bit of a white cap here. So I've got two pieces that I just coated in blue, and they're not in any particular order for how they would fit, but obviously they're going to be if I think that one, because it looks a lot less patchy than this one. So I just want to try to continue the line that I started for this white cap wave. So apparently this is going to be I guess it 2, 5, 6 panel white cap. I'm thinking maybe to add, I don't know, to add a couple of indications of smaller weight caps in front of this one, the same way this one is in front of this one, even though as it comes around this way it's a lot closer than this one, than this section. I mean, if I put them in, they would be small. I think this section here could be a bit darker. I don't know, I'm just trying to make it look interesting. I still have all of this here. Maybe, at least for right here, that would be kind of overkill. I'm not sure. Let me look at the other reference that I have. But for this one, I can't tell how close it is to the shore. Maybe? I think purple to kind of outline the line between the water and the beach. Continue the line along the rest of the beach. purple again to try to outline and add a bit of shadow underneath the lip of the white cap. I mean, I feel like white cap waves hitting the beach probably occur. They don't just like dissolve before they hit land, right? I'm actually thinking maybe on this side of the water, maybe to add a little bit of green to help warm it up because it's closer. Okay, we'll try it and see how it works. Because, I mean, if you look at this water, it's not just blue. It looks like there could be brown tones or maybe a lighter colored green than this one, but where it like hills and valleys, there are definite differences in the color. And I think just to vary it a bit more, I'm not going to go all the way across. I'm going to purposely try to make it look like there's movement in the color. That was grass green. try and do these all together so the color kind of stays cohesive. I mean, I suppose when I did the beach, I shouldn't have made it so flat looking. I should have added more variation to actually indicate like lapping wave, but it's a bit too late for that now. So I did add green. You couldn't see what I was doing off camera. I added green to the bottom, so a bit here, here, along where the rock and water meet. Okay, I was really hoping to get further than this, but I've run out of time. I at least started the water. At least in the camera view, it kind of looks like it could be a wave. Um, but yeah, thank you, Asakura, Grim Raper, for jumping in the chat. Thank you to anybody else who watched or watches. If you'd like to see me progress this further, please make sure that you're following me and that your notifications are turned on. If you're watching after the fact on YouTube, please make sure that you're subscribed and that your notifications are turned on there so that you're notified for either whenever I go live next or post a video. But other than that, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you. Bye.